All right, let's connect it up. Welcome. July 28th, 2019. It's going to be talking about Fight for Us book series. We'll wait for it to connect. Talk about a bunch of different things. But spoiler warning, obviously, for everything. All right, here we go. Connecting up. Hopefully the volume's all right. Hopefully you can hear me. I think the mic's good. Check. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, guys, what's going on? My PT peeps and my Walking Dead family. Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT, and I'm back to talk about a bunch of different things. So, Walking Dead stuff, Fear the Walking Dead stuff, obviously, but also my book series. Some people have been asking me about my book series, if we're going to do a live stream and talk about it, for sure. Obviously, I don't want to talk about too much of the book series for this up. Hold on, there we go. I think we're back. All right, can you on, but hopefully everything's good. I lost a little audio, but hopefully it's back. Let me know in the comments on there too. So, what's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? We'll talk about the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, my book series, Fight for Us. Hopefully you definitely checked out the book series, and if you haven't, you can check it out on Amazon.com, Barnes and Noble too. I checked it out yesterday, and you can get all the books on Barnes and Noble, and it's pretty cool stuff. The books are $10.99 for paperback. They're 99 cents for the first book on Kindle, and then I think they're $1.99 for a couple of them, and then $2.99, and the latest ones are $3.99 because it gets a little more involved, a little more story, more pages, more involvement, more things going on. But The Walking Dead is going strong. Fear the Walking Dead is on hiatus. Fear the Walking Dead is off this Sunday and next Sunday, and it'll be back August 11th. The spinoff is going to be filming this week, and the word is, I believe, that it's going to get a sneak peek something on Monday, as in tomorrow, I think is the word. Don't know if they already started filming. Don't know if they started doing that or not, for what it is. So I don't know if we're going to be ready for that whole thing to be there, the spinoff. Code word Monument. The working title is Monument. I don't know if it's going to have The Walking Dead in the name. Some people think it will. Some people think it won't. I think it is. I think it does. It doesn't make sense that it doesn't have it in the name if it's connected to The Walking Dead universe. The Walking Dead brand is a brand, just like anything is a brand. If it's a spinoff, it still should have something to do over there too. I don't know what it's actually going to be called, but we'll see how much it goes. So, how we doing, everybody? Hopefully the sound is okay. I messed with the USB connection and I went out earlier, so I apologize for that. But spoiler warning for the book series a little bit. I don't want to get into the latest book because not everybody has read all of the book series, and some big major stuff happens there, and I don't want to give it away. And some people say like, oh, it's funny, like you don't want to spoil stuff for your book series. Well, I don't want to spoil stuff for people. I don't want to spoil anything for people that don't want to know, regard of The Walking Dead too. I know that my channel is known as a spoiler channel, but it's much more than that to me. It's a discussion channel, it's a theory channel, it's a community, it's a family, it's a group, it's everything coming together to, be connected for the love of The Walking Dead, The Walking Dead universe, entertainment, just everything involvement too. So I'm thinking that The Walking Dead is a good way to connect with people, and it really is. The community is a great community. That being said, there's a lot of knuckleheads out there too that love to hate on stuff and love to hate on everything. Some people hate my book series. Some people hate on the idea of my book series. People are like, just stick with The Walking Dead. So I don't like to be told what to do ever. That's just a pet peeve of mine, I guess. And I don't know if someone is being like, they're basically saying as they like my Walking Dead content and they don't like my other content. That's kind of disrespectful in my opinion. And I can understand that, but it's just kind of disrespectful when people are all like that. But I am a proponent of being respectful for people all the time. And I have no problems with other people that disagree with my stuff, and different why people like The Walking Dead and fear The Walking Dead too. And I want to comment something on here about Madison, because I talked about on Fear the Walking Dead, that Fear the Walking Dead is a show that I believe should be better across the board. It had the ability to be whatever it wanted. It was a clean slate. It was a fresh start. Walking Dead prequel, it was like great, right? And it just never developed into anything close to The Walking Dead, in my opinion. And one of the biggest things is the main character. It's just like the main thing is that the character just wasn't emotional or a great character to be leading, in my opinion. Madison, and nothing against Kim Dickens, it was just she just seemed like she had one emotion the entire time, whether it was good, bad, indifferent. And yeah, she had a little smile and this and that, but when she lost people, it really wasn't like that big a deal, I felt. I didn't feel the connection. I didn't feel the emotion. I didn't feel buying in with these characters. And that's what I feel like my book series is all about. Hopefully, you like a certain character. See yourself as a certain character. Hate a character. Because not every character that we put in the book series is supposed to be someone you like, right? There's supposed to be good guys, bad guys, villains, heroes, cowards, people that start off weak and get strong, some people that start strong and get weak, ups and downs. Like the biggest thing I always say is Carol. Carol is a big thing that is the story arc that is great because Melissa McBride is a great actress. She's a great person. She's a great person for The Walking Dead. And I love the idea of her being a weak person at the beginning. And she was strong in some levels, but if you see her as like weak or strong at the beginning, you would say she's weak. She was a battered person. She had a terrible marriage. She had a terrible husband. She was there for her daughter, but she was kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place. And then when Ed went away, and then Sophia went away, she blossomed into this person that is a total badass. She's a character that I think is a person that is a great story arc. Starts off one way, and we don't know how she's going to end because she's going to be, hopefully on the show for a long time. But she's had ups and downs. She's had things. And yeah, it's a zombie apocalypse show, and it's fictional, and it's a little crazy in what it is. But ultimately, it's an entertainment show, right? And I think that Carol's story arc is one of the best for it on the show. And I like the idea as having of that some way, shape, or form replicated in my book series for someone starts off one way and ends another way. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. I make it easy to read because I want it to be easy to read and be there too. And also I don't know how else to write it if the main character is myself and myself is the main character of this book series, and you're going to follow this character through the entire series one way or another. And hopefully you're picking up how the story is unfolding, and it's being seen through Ryan's eyes, and it's also being seen through other people's eyes of the group that Ryan is in. And hopefully that Ryan is a character that you like, that you agree with, that you disagree with. Sometimes he's not going to make all the right decisions, but the toll of a zombie apocalypse is going to weigh on you, as it would in any life. And in real life, life does too. And hopefully you can buy into the fact that Ryan doesn't make all the right decisions all the time, kind of like Rick. Rick does the same thing. Rick was a person that I know that Rick was a guy that was a small town cop, and he was supposed to be a small town cop that would make decisions, but not every decision was right. And I totally could buy into that because that's not exactly how it goes. Not everyone is, a superhero. They'll have good moments and bad moments. And also it's entertainment, so you got to have big, big moments for sure too. So This and That by Jamie. Fear the Walking Dead is a show I tried to like, but after the first season I gave up. It's a tough one. It's definitely a tough thing that I think they missed the mark with it. It didn't have any connecting point with the zombie apocalypse that I thought would be the start of the zombie apocalypse. Patient Zero was going to be boom, scientists working on something, government, military, people trying to survive, society breaking down. And we never really got that too. So, Protected Lion, you sell yourself short. You're known as a good Walking Dead channel. I would say you're more known as Intelligent Breakdown channel. I appreciate that, Protected Lion, for sure. It's just sometimes people say you're this, you're that. I'm more of a person that does a bunch of things, and I love The Walking Dead and talk about it from all the different aspects, discussion, theories, spoilers, everything too. So. Tamara Smith, Alicia has blossomed. Is she really going to die? I don't think so. I don't think Alicia dies. I think Alicia is a character that is needed for the show. She needs to be on the show to stay on the show too, because if we lose Alicia, we don't have any more Clarks on the show. And we don't need them, but we kind of need them at the same time. So it would be Strand and Alicia, and if Alicia goes, Strand is the only one from the original cast. And Daniel, too. Now, I take that back. Daniel's hopefully a bigger part. I don't know if he's going to stick on the show or not. So it'd be Daniel, Strand, and Alicia. And I love Daniel a lot. I hope Daniel is a character that stays on for a long time. And I think I like John and Daniel to carry the show in some light. And I would love to see that show, them be more of a character for sure. So, Joey the Gator, did you see Althea Tapes series on the Walking Dead AMC YouTube channel? They are only showing it on YouTube. I saw it on there. I haven't seen it yet, but I definitely will. I definitely will check it out. I saw it on my feed as I follow the AMC YouTube channel, and I know there's like Ed or something. There's a guy named Ed Tapes. It's like Althea's Tapes. There's Althea, and then there's one with Ed too. So, let me see. Thank you, Jane. Brian. Stick with us. We're behind you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody for being there through thick and thin. Not fair weather, ride or die, as I would say there too. So, to me, if I always want my book series to be inspirational too, because how I started writing my book series, Fight for Us, I just had the idea, and I remember being on Facebook, maybe even YouTube. I don't even know where it was, and I typed something, and I was like, "Do people still read books anymore?" And people said, yeah, I do. And a bunch of people like that too. So I'm like, man, I had this idea for a zombie apocalypse series. And I was having an idea for a different title and a title in this. And I was at the gym with my wife. And I was like, how about this series? How about this book series? She's like, oh, that's pretty good. And I was like, how about this? That I go, Fight for Us. But it'd be the number 4 because of the character and his 3 kind of 4 friends and family member, is what it's about. So it's, Ryan, and if you're in the story, it's Matt, Sean, John, and Phil. And initially, John's not really there, but he comes around. And so it's initially Matt, Sean, Phil, and Lauren. And it's kind of a thing that I would be a zombie apocalypse book series that I'd be like, if I was in a zombie apocalypse, what would I want to happen and what would I do, right? Initially, I'm like, go to a Costco or a Sam's Club or a bulk food store, basically like that, or a bulk supply store. So I'm like, I go to Sam's Club. So I'm like, boom, going right to Sam's Club, right? And that's like the running joke is like, you go to Sam's Club, zombies can't get in because they don't have a membership. So they have to stay outside. It's like a joke. But they have a lot of stuff there that you could live off of, right? If you took over a Sam's Club or a Costco or BJ's or some store like that, you can live there for a long time, right? I would assume so. But there's a problem there. And what's Ryan going to do about it? Is he going to do anything? Is he going to leave? And to me, it's an exaggerated story. It's loosely based on my friends and my life and everything too. And I have a friend named Sean and Matt and Phil and John, and my dad is Bobby G, and and my wife is Lauren. And they're like kind of the main characters in the book series. But the personalities and the story of them is not them all the time, or a very small part of it is them too. In the book series, Ryan and his friends and family are from North Carolina, even though myself and my family and my friends are from New Jersey. And so I changed it up a little bit for difference of there too, just to be a little different and to be, it's one of those things that I would change it up because it's not going to be 100%, and it's a fictional story. It's loosely based on my friends, and I don't have personal things in there. But I do have some inside stories and some inside things. Like there's some of the stories there when they're talking, and the start of the book series is in, a different part. It's in Tennessee. And the start is with them hanging out. And some of the stories there, like the the shooting clays, the clay distance things with the shotgun, that really happened at my friend's bachelor party. Matt, we really shot shotguns in Texas, and it was a real thing. And there was a bunch of us, and Matt kind of struggled a little bit, and I kind of struggled a little bit, but I got the hang of it a little bit. And, some people were pretty good, some people weren't, and some were better shots than others. And it's kind of a real story. And then I throw the quote in there from one of the movies that's kind of funny, and it's kind of interesting. And I kind of thought, like, if you were starting a zombie apocalypse, if the zombie apocalypse was real, right? It's not. The Walking Dead's not real. The Fear the Walking Dead's not real, and anything like that too. It's all fiction. It's all fictional. So the fast zombies, slow zombies, this zombies, that zombies. And I'm a slow zombie kind of guy. I think the zombies would be really slow. They would start to decay. They would break down. They wouldn't be, kind of be interested in everything. They would rely on certain senses than others. I'm going to get into that in the story down the road, that I think they rely on smell and sound more than anything else. Just the way I feel, and on two. And also, how did the zombie apocalypse start? That's going to be in this book series, and also a prequel series that's going to connect with it. Everything I'm going to write, I have 10 books. Ghosts will be out very, very soon. So I'll have 10 books out very, very soon. Well, I have 9 right now, so one more will be out. And then I have a prequel book that I wrote that I still have to really edit big time. And that's going to be the zombie apocalypse prequel series of the story, the start of the zombie apocalypse of Fight for Us. And it's going to have a different name, but it's going to connect. Everything I write is going to connect one way, shape, or another. It may connect with the main characters right away. It may connect with a minor character, a secondary character, the military, the government. It's just going to be a thing for that too. So I think it's going to be a good way to connect. And everything you read is going to build for the future, or talk about the past, or build for the future, or connect something down the road. And there's things in there that is, there are Easter eggs, but they're also like little breadcrumbs that set up something, or, the seed to grow into something. Something can start and maybe get answered in a couple books, or a little bit longer and a little bit longer, and then maybe a little thing, and then a little more. Oh, remember that? Remember the church? Oh, yeah, don't go away from that. That's coming around. Remember that? Oh, yeah, remember that thing? Remember that person that said something to Ryan at the World of Trade? That's going to come back around, It keeps you in, keeps you invested. It keeps you invested for sure, too. So, Joey, are you going to watch the Walking Dead spinoff preview tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Facebook? Maybe. I'll have to see. I'll have to remember that. I got some things to do tomorrow, but I'm going to want to check out what that's all about, the spinoff stuff. I know they're going to be filming in Hopewell, Virginia this week. One of the main characters is named Hope, and that's kind of interesting. But I just hope that spinoff works. I hope it works, because from what I'm getting out of the feel initially is that there are a lot of teenagers, preteens, kind of a younger audience, younger cast. And do you really want to watch that? Maybe. Do you really want it to connect? For sure. But I don't want to see, imagine if you were watching the show, if you were watching Henry, Lydia, Carl, maybe even young Carl, Sophia, Enid, and Benjamin. I don't know. And they're different ages, different things. Do you want to watch that? I don't know, right? Because some of that's kind of annoying. We need older characters. We need younger characters. We need a good mix of characters and storyline. If we're really dealing with, say, like a high school drama, Riverdale thing for the zombie apocalypse, Saved by the Bell zombie apocalypse edition, with high school kids, teenage kids, young kids like that, I don't know if that's really going to work. I just don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll check it out. I want to know. I want to know what it's going to be like too. So I feel like any story, whether it's my story or Walking Dead or whatever, World War Z or Zombieland, it has to have a mix of characters. Because some of my favorite shows ever are Friends, Seinfeld, Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead. I don't know. There's a bunch of this. But it has a Game of Thrones. Well, not the last season, but Game of Thrones. And everything has a multitude of characters, multiple characters. You have this character, that character, because not everybody is going to see themselves as the main character. They might see themselves as, so let's use The Walking Dead, for example, right? Everyone's going to see themselves as Rick or Daryl or Michonne or Negan, but not everybody, right? What if somebody sees himself as Eugene or Abraham or Sasha or Rosita or Sadiq or Henry or Carl or something like that? People see themselves as different characters on there too, because not everyone is this type of person, this cookie cutter person from this, right? There are kids that watch the show. So a lot of people that I met and I follow and talk to on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook they like Carl. Carl was their favorite character. Like my favorite character is Michonne. But some people love Carl because they're probably 13 years old or 15 years old and they see themselves as Carl, right? And so that is something that I thought would be great and interesting too. So in my zombie apocalypse story, I'm like, wow, I believe people are strong. I believe people are weak. And whether you're a male, female, old, young, it doesn't matter. You have strengths and weaknesses. Everybody does. Some people are smart. Some people are cowards. Some people are smart who are cowards. Some people are strong who are overconfident. Some people are tech guys. Some people are really smart with electronics and mechanics or something like that too. Maybe someone is all those things. So that would be pretty great. That's kind of a story. That's a kind of a lead character who can do that too. And I always thought myself as, to be a character that would be, it's a zombie apocalypse fictional story that could be a superhero, so you can kind of be a little over the top with it, right? So Ryan is an orthopedic surgeon, not a physical therapist. He is a martial artist. I used to be a martial artist. I would say I still am, but I haven't done martial arts in a long time. I used to do kung fu and, I did karate when I was young, and I used to wrestle, and I used to do a lot of things there too. And so I was like, all right, that character is going to be a martial artist, and he's going to know how to do a multitude of martial arts, mixed martial arts too. And I grew up with, Bruce Lee and kung fu and, taekwondo and all these things there too before mixed martial arts, before MMA was big. But my story is set in the future. The story takes place in, today it's 2019. It's 6 years from now. 2025 is when the story takes place. So that is an interesting thing where the future, the world is different. The United States is different. And right now, the story only takes place in the United States, but it could talk about outside the United States in different countries, the Middle East, Australia, Europe, South America, Mexico, Cuba, South America, Puerto Rico, a lot of things, right? Because I think a lot of things that it's the world. The zombie apocalypse is the world. It would affect the world, right? And I only talk about Tampa Bay because I live in Tampa Bay. It's easy for me. When I'm driving down the street, I'm picturing myself as if I was driving my car or electric vehicle or a truck or something in Fight for Us with my friends. Unfortunately, my friends live in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, all in the Northeast, and I don't get to see them as much. And my Fight for Us series is that story of if I got to see them, if I got to be around them, if they could be around, if they could be involved. And it's something that I would want to happen. I don't want a zombie apocalypse to happen, but if it did, I would want to be around my friends, my family, and my loved ones, right? I would think that all of us would. But if you were in a zombie apocalypse and it started tomorrow and you just flew across the country for a job, it'd be tough, right? You wouldn't see your family. You would try to get back to see your family, but all the flights are down. How do you get back to see them? That's your story. Some person could be in a car driving to work. The highway gets shut down, mass accidents, zombies are all over the place. You're across a bridge. What do? Do you try to turn around? Do you try to get out of your car? I don't know, right? Or what if you were sick? You were homesick and the zombie apocalypse started in your area. Maybe if you had food or you didn't have food, what would you do? Would you try to go to the store? Would you hunker down? Would you put on the news? All those things are great questions. And I think they're great points of storytelling that could be there. Because I would feel that the zombie apocalypse would start in different areas at different times. It's not like, boom, April 5th, 2025, zombie apocalypse starts and the world is taken over. It's got to start somewhere. Patient zero. Fear the Walking Dead I thought was supposed to be that. Fear the Walking Dead was supposed to be the start, patient zero, in California. And the running joke was that Breaking Bad's blue meth started it. It's like, I don't know. So it's kind of interesting. What would you do? And I just feel like Fear the Walking Dead could have just been a little better way to start about there. Because everybody likes to see the start of the zombie apocalypse. The world's breaking down. What are you going to do? People are rioting. People are getting bit. The military's trying to help out. I know I do. That's one of the best parts of it. That's one of the best parts of a zombie apocalypse is the start. And we kind of really didn't see that. Fear the Walking Dead was supposed to be that, in my opinion. The Walking Dead starts off with Rick going to get gas, running to Teddy Bear Girl, and then boom, takes her out. And then it's like, and it takes, the credits and everything rolls. And you're like, and you're like, all right, this show is awesome. And then it starts with Shane and Rick in a cop car. And you're like, whoa, wait a second. I just saw Rick coming down. Where's this? Who's this guy? And then you're getting the backstory a little bit. And then he gets shot and goes into the coma and stuff there. And you're like, okay, cool. I'm down. I'm in this story. I'm vested. But we didn't really get the start of it. Rick wakes up and the zombie apocalypse already started. It's a lot like 28 Days Later, if you think about it too. There's a lot of comparisons in that too. But I'm okay with that. No one owns the zombie apocalypse. Well, if you steal a character name and stuff like that, then that's a big problem. But, we're not trying to do that. But the zombie apocalypse, there's stuff there too. And I like the zombie apocalypse genre because of different things. I like comedy. I like action. I like ups and downs, emotion stuff. Stuff that's, adrenaline rush, craziness, sadness. I like all those different things. And I believe a zombie apocalypse can have all that. Good things, ups and downs. But I kind of wish that The Walking Dead did a couple things differently. But overall, I support them. I'm ride or die for sure. Zombieland is hilarious, comedy, nuts, just awesome. And I like the idea there too, is like they're going out and they're taking stuff and they're getting everything there too, and it just looks like they're kind of, in the second one at least. In the first one, they're trying to go to this theme park and it's over the top. But I feel like a zombie apocalypse needs to have a mall in it too, like Dawn of the Dead. It's like, all right, yeah, you go to the mall to be in that story because there's a lot of stuff there, just like a Sam's Club or a Costco or something there too, or like a really big supermarket, Super Target, Walmart, Super Walmart, Publix or ShopRite or whatever, wherever you go shopping there too, right? Because I'm like, okay. That's cool. Because when you think about it, right? A zombie apocalypse has started. What do you do? Try to make calls, try and get touch with people, right? So it's the idea of what would you try to go? Food, water, shelter. I don't have a lot of weapons in my house. I have a katana. Ryan's weapon is a katana. The one that I have pictures of on Instagram and everything on there too. And that's kind of his weapon of choice. But Joey the Gator Q&A, what is your books about? Well, my book series is a zombie apocalypse book series that takes place in the future that you find out later that it's in the future there too. But the back cover of this book is the first book right here, The Beginning. Join Ryan and his three best friends as they find themselves at the start of a zombie apocalypse. Each person has a unique skill set that may benefit or hurt the group as they try to fight and survive in this new chaotic world. This is the first book of many that will follow our group along their journey to find safety, security, shelter, and a possible cure. Fight for Us, The Beginning. That's the first book. So it's a zombie apocalypse genre set in, you find out later that it's the future. And I do like the story ability to tell the story a little bit in the future, or a little bit in present time, a little bit in the past, a little bit in the present, a little bit in the past, and then, but don't jump around too much on there too, right? I feel like that it's easy reading because it's supposed to be easy reading. It's supposed to be designed that way too. And I have gone back and read a little bit too, and I kind of got to get a little more descriptive of things. I like to be descriptive, but also sometimes not, because you might picture that character a little bit differently than if it's too descriptive, because some of it doesn't have to be super descriptive. You know, when you find out about Joseph, hopefully you get the picture that he's a former bodybuilder type guy, juice head kind of muscle gym rat guy. And then his brother's the opposite. He's not some little frail guy, exactly 100% frail, but he's not as strong muscular wise as Joseph is, but Jacob and Joseph and on there too. So it's interesting that got little differences there too, and the brothers. But there's definitely villains, there's definitely good guys, there's definitely bad guys, because I believe every story has to be good and have good and bad villains and heroes for sure. What do you got questions here for you there too? Mario the third Q&A, Bride, do you really believe that CRM cleared every walker in this city and took it as their own? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know if they put up walls, if they put up barriers, if they did clear out a bunch of walkers like that too, or they cleared out enough that they could. I don't know when CRM really started, because zombies have to decay and break down, right? They have to really be starting to break down after a while. It's kind of convenient on Fear and The Walking Dead when a bunch of zombies just come around too. Like, how does Alpha have that huge walker horde? And how long has that horde been there? They have to feed it every now and again, right? I mean, how are you going to feed, 1,000 zombies? That's just crazy too, right? So, Kevin, are you hoping The Walking Dead will be on until season 20? Season 20 is way too long. It'll be so watered down by that point. I don't know, 20 seasons, that just doesn't make sense. I see it as 12 seasons is a good run. Maybe as a whole, they get to 20 seasons. Maybe you get 12 of The Walking Dead, 6 of Fear the Walking Dead, and 2 or 3 of the spinoff. Maybe you get 20 seasons altogether, but I just think it would be there too. So I don't know with it too. So there's been a lot of talk about Madison coming back. If she came back or not, would it make sense and whatever? I don't know. But they just had on Talking Dead that she was gone. So I don't know what they want to do with that too. So Xmas Girl, we're getting a mall second half of Fear. I'm hopeful. I hope so too. I think that's the word too. If you see the trailer, if you watch the trailer a little bit, I have to do a breakdown of that. I haven't. I've been slacking. Sorry. Fear the Walking Dead second half, I believe, and the reports were that they were filming in a mall. I don't know if it was a real mall or an abandoned mall or part of it was, I don't know, but we should be getting a mall for sure. But so my question to you is that what would be your weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse? And it's funny because in The Walking Dead, you have a weapon for every character almost, right? You have an iconic weapon for the characters. You have Rick's gun, you have the crossbow, you have the katana, you have the bow staff for Morgan, you have Negan has Lucille, Merle had his prosthetic hand, his blade hand, but I would assume that you would have a couple weapons. You would have a close combat knife or something. You would have a gun. You would have You would have a long range gun, a short range gun, and probably a knife, a hammer, a blade, a katana, a different kind of sword, a battle axe, a shield. And I want my characters to have different weapons because it's iconic to them too. But I still think a sword is the best weapon there is because there's no running out of ammo for sure. And you got to have a bulletproof vest. I mean, come on, right? too. So hopefully, thank you, John. Very interested in your book series now. Thanks for explaining things a little more. Gonna order book 1 today. Love your channel, man. Thank you, John. I appreciate it too. So I think the biggest thing is that the book series, I don't know too many people. I mean, some people hate on everything on there, but I think a lot of people like the book series after they read it too, you know? So I think the book series is something that draws you in, and I hope it does, because it's designed to do that. I want you to be part of the action. I want you to feel for these characters. I want you to be part of the group. I want you to be on Ryan's side and to be part of his brotherhood. I think that would be pretty awesome too. So, Xmas Girl 304, do you think that we will ever see Walker and Crazy Dog again? I hope so. There's been no word of that. That's a loose end that we need to see. Also, Proctor John would be a great villain, I think. If so, do you think Daniel will be accepting of Walker? There was definitely some friction last time we saw them. I think so too, especially because Daniel has made peace with Ophelia. Well, Ophelia's death now. I think he finally got over that. That's where he went away and did something. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I hope so. I hope Walker and Crazy Dog come back around. Mario the Third Q&A PT on teaser. We could see it was winter at that point. Snowflakes and helicopter passing. Do you think? Yeah, we'll have. I don't know. That's a great point of the movies. I never really thought of that about the winter in the movies. I think initially we would see Rick on the helicopter and landing in, let's say, Philadelphia. And that's a good point, because if they're in the Northeast, it should snow. I don't know how they're gonna do that. I don't know, Gimple, Kirkman. That's a great question, Mario the Third. Don't mess up the movies there, Kirkman and Gimple. I hope you know what you're doing. I really do. So we got a ball-peen hammer, a machete. Carol has fire. Python and big knife. Hammer. Baseball bat. You go metal baseball bat, right? I mean, everybody knows that a wooden baseball bat is pretty dumb, right? I mean, Lucille's iconic, but it's just no. Eye in the Dark too, TWD. Your books are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kevin wants a big knife and a high caliber handgun, but with infinite bullets, right? You know. Yeah. Renee says, "Say yes to the vest." That's great. That's a great thing if you were doing like a spin-off thing or like a spoof. Man, that's good marketing right there too. Say yes to the vest. Put on the bulletproof vest. Man, that's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Mark Simmons, my man Mark. Brad, do you think Michonne's episodes will be spread out? I think so. I think the big thing they're doing as they're filming out of order is to film the bulk of Michonne Denai Guerrera stuff in the first 6, 7, 8 weeks, and then she can be gone. And then 8 weeks has been longer than that now, because they've been end of April, May, June, July, so it's 3 months, and they're probably going to, I would assume she'll probably be filming. I don't know. I think so. I personally think they do too. So, mace. Somebody wants a mace. That's pretty cool. Do you like Aaron's hand? Do you like the ball with the spikes coming out of it? I want him to make a callback to Merle. He didn't even meet Merle, but we know who Merle is. What if Daryl's like, "I got a good idea for your hand, Aaron. Put a blade on it." Shing. That's pretty awesome. I would think that would be pretty great too. So. Mario says, "Proctor John foreshadowed Texas and Power Grid and he never showed up." That's a plot hole. For sure, Mario. You know how we don't like plot holes, loose ends, Come on. We don't like that. What are you doing here? Kevin asks, Are you guys looking forward to the second half of Fear Season 5? I am. I hope so. I watched a little sneak peek. Did you guys watch the sneak peek of it's Luciana, John, Morgan, somebody else there too, and they go to the lady's house that's on the radio, and there's like walkers, there's like landmines throughout the lawn, and then boom, they blow up. It's pretty crazy too. So yeah, Viper wants unlimited shotgun ammo, of course. So if we're talking about, I want a Gatling gun with unlimited ammo, so I'm just mowing down walkers left and right, and I call them zombies. In my zombie apocalypse story, they're called zombies. And I believe that they're called walkers in the Walking Dead comic book is because there's something to do with the code of ethics or something to do with comic books that you can't call them zombies because of something to do with the accreditation thing of the code of something that you won't have it on. I think there's something like that too. So initially they got out of that by calling walkers too. So Joey the Gator, if I wanted to get your books, how much are they need? I need the price. The paperback books, Joey the Gator, they're $10.99 across the board. Go on Amazon.com and type in Fight For Us. So put in Fight For Us. The name's right there too. So Fight For Us, just like that, how it's spelled. And Fight For Us, that's Reunited. That's book 2. And search for that, and it'll come up. And if you have a Kindle, they're definitely 99 cents for the first book, and then $1.99 and on there too. So the digital versions are the better way to go for fees or cost. But I'm a paperback guy. I like paperback. I like to actually have the book in my hands. Even though I type up the books, it's like the author did it, like he's writing it too. So I definitely just used to that. Even though digital is pretty cool. So you got Kindle, you can check it out, and the formatting is a little weird. It's because it's a smaller interface, but the books are on there too. Xmas Girl Q&A, have you watched the Althea tapes? I have not watched the tapes yet. I know there's one with like Ed or something, and then her tape. I have not watched them on there too. So I guess they're going the way of the camcorder thing. Oh, Althea's there too, because she's got the camcorder and she's recording the whole thing. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like a reality TV show with we have the camera now feel to it, but the show is just all over the place. Like it doesn't have, I don't know, a definite personality. It doesn't have a definite form of doing. And like that's kind of bothers me on there too. Like I don't know if they know what the show's going to be or what it should be too. So I know that my zombie apocalypse story has a linear progression on there too. So it's going to progress and progress, and there's going to be a little backstory of Ryan's backstory on there too. So you'll get to see who the situation is with Ryan and Bobby G, and Ryan and Lauren, and then some nice little things that you get to know about Ryan, Phil, Sean, Matt, John, because they were friends. And they were friends for a long time where, I've known these guys that are loosely based off the characters from different ages. I've known John since I was a little kid, and Phil since I was a little kid, and Sean since I was in middle school, and Matt since I was in high school, and my father since, forever, and my wife for, a long time. And I know these people for a long time, and my cats are in there. They're not the same kind of thing in there, but my cats are in the story. And so I write things that kind of make sense for myself, and it's easy to write. And I write the story because it's a shout out to my friends and my family and my father and my wife and everything too. And, it's a way that I would want to be with them, even though I can't be with them. And I always picture if I'm driving in the car with Phil in the book, I feel like I'm driving in the car with my friend Phil that I've known for a long time since I was since I was a little kid. And I've known these kids since I was in high school, and we started driving, and it was like, man, it's kind of one of those things that I feel like hopefully you get to feel like these guys care about each other. That the main character cares about his wife and his father and his friends, and the friends care about each other, but they don't always get along. They have, inside jokes, and they have things that are like, this guy's always late. This guy's always hungry. It's just kind of funny there too, like there's inside jokes for it. I feel like you can too. And Jane writes a great thing here too. You wrote good parts for all your friends and family. When I read them, I feel like I knew them. So that means a lot to me, Jane. And I'm that's the point. And that's when I point. And like when stuff happens in the book series, I'm typing it and I'm living it too. Like it's real life. And it's not. But in my life, in my head, it is. I feel like, there's some action sequence and someone gets injured and someone comes and saves the day and someone gets rescued. And it's like, man, and there's times where, I've been upset writing it, like I'm living it, like it's happening. Like Phil actually comes in and Sean does this, and I'm like, I got to take a second. I got to take a break because I'm getting emotional here. And there's times where I cried writing the book because I see it, I live it, I experience it. I'm in there too. And it's like, man, hopefully that comes across in the writing, because if I don't feel emotional, if I don't break down, if I don't get excited, if I'm like, yes, like, whoo, came in and saved Ryan or saved me, and I'm like, thank you, thank you, just like super excited because I feel that. I feel it 100%. And if I don't feel it, then the reader's not going to feel it. And I don't know any other way to do it, and I think it's just, a great way in writing too. So, Jay Kane, how does your friends and family feel to be in your books? It's definitely positive. I think everybody likes it. Not everybody reads it. I think my one friend and his wife read all of my books. My one friend has read a couple of them. My other friend has not read it at all. And I'm not sure if a couple of them have read it. My dad is all about it. My dad loves it. My wife loves it. My mother, my parents-in-law, my in-laws, they read some of them. They're a little behind on the book series, but they enjoy it too. And I don't write for them to be happy with it all the time. I do write them to have big moments in there too, but not everything's a big moment. And not everything is a great moment. Not everything is happy in the zombie apocalypse. So there's going to be things that happen to some of these characters that are not always good. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows, kid. It's how you go through adversity. And Ryan and his family and his group are going to have to go through a lot, for sure, too. So, for sure. Xmas Girl 304. Q&A, what plot hole from The Walking Dead bothers you most and fear The Walking Dead? Oh, man. That's a great question. The Walking Dead plot hole that bothers me the most, I don't really know if there is really one that bothers me that bad in The Walking Dead, because I feel like they've covered up pretty good. They've done a good job too. Probably the biggest one that bothers me on The Walking Dead is that Maggie's gone away and we haven't really seen her, but it's because the actress is gone, and I'd rather have Maggie be running Hilltop on there too. Also, like, I don't really like on The Walking Dead how they didn't really like try to attack Negan and be more successful in season 7. Like, it all tried to muster something up or do something there too. I know that's just the story, but it's like, it's not really a plot hole, but that kind of there. Fear the Walking Dead, I don't know. The biggest plot hole is just like the story doesn't connect. I don't know. Like, it's just all over the place. Like we're here, we're there, we're on a boat, we're in Mexico, we're there. It just jumps around too much. Probably just like it didn't really show off too much of the beginning of it. The start of the zombie apocalypse that much more. But there's so many plot holes. Like Charlie's just okay after she killed Nick. Like, everybody just forgot about that. The whole Madison death. Did it happen? Did it not happen? Did we see it? Did we not see it? Did she get burned up? Is she on a ladder? Did she get out? That shouldn't be a question of a main character, the main character of the show, too, I just don't really, not a big fan of that. I mean, it's just kind of, some things there. I don't know. It's just one of those things where there's just so many things that I just wish it was better. That's all. Yeah, I guess that's a good point too. The whole Jadis helicopter thing. Like, did Father Gabriel really never tell anybody about the helicopter and Jadis and and those people there too? Did anybody ever go back to the junkyard, the heapsters, and find the stuff and to find the stuff that Jadis had? To find her living quarters and the applesauce and stuff there too. Everyone saw that too. So, Alex, great question. Bri, did you ask your friends and family before you put them in the story? I don't know if I mean, my wife, we talked about it. She wanted to be in the story. My dad was okay. My friends, I talked about it, doing a comic, and they were okay with it and the story. And then I started writing it, and then it came out, and then they were like excited about it. So I kind of just went with it to write certain things, and they're okay with it. I didn't really talk to them too much about it beforehand, but I wasn't doing anything in a way that I would be like, I don't know about that. Because one, it's not the same character. They're not the same people. They're not from New Jersey. They're from North Carolina. Their wives and their spouses and their girlfriends and whoever are different. They're different names. So it doesn't connect 100%. And the personality of one is not the personality of the person all the time. We changed it a little bit here and there too. But there is one part of a character that, was a little like, I don't know. But I didn't feel like it was bad because it's not about him and his wife. It was, a character that it's a character. It's not there too. And, it's some of the things have to be done for relatable. Like my friend Sean, I wrote in the first book that, he had, he's always fluctuated with his weight. And he has. He's gained weight. He's lost weight. He's been really skinny. He's been this and there too. But I did it in a way to make him relatable. I didn't want to put him down, and I didn't want to put down my friends who have had problems with, relationships and stuff like that too. And I wasn't there to put him down by any means. I was there to just make him more relatable because people have had weight problems and weight conditions and up and down and relationships and divorces and stuff. And I'm not trying to make him, put him down by any means. But everyone has had that. Everyone has had a problem in their life, in their relationship. But who's there? Your friends are there for them. I'm not putting it in the story to put their, life on blast and put it out there for everyone to read like that too. It's there for them, for the story to build. And not everything's 100% like that too. Like someone doesn't go to the house and they go into there to get the weapons out and and Matt and Sean are there to take these guys out. And it's fiction. It's not 100% on there too, but it's just one of those where I had to tread a little bit early on of how to go about it, but I wanted it to be as real as possible for how relationships are too, That's pretty interesting for the people, the story, and to buy in, and to people to have it there as well too. So Joey the Gator, do you think we'll get Althea's tapes every day on YouTube? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what their plan is. They'll probably do something like that to build it up for sure. No one's gone till they're gone, Boyd. Yep. Andrew Lincoln. Andrew Lincoln? Man. Bri, do you remember your fans' usernames that come each week? I don't know everybody because everybody's not always here, but I know, the usual crowd, my PT peeps and my family here that's always here, that come a lot, that I definitely look forward to talking to, like Joey, Renee, Boyd, Jane, and just so many people. I haven't seen Janet a little bit, Mark, Big Sexy, I haven't seen him, but some people that, I haven't seen Hector on here in a while, but he's not the biggest Fear the Walking Dead fans. I talk to people on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all the time, and I post stuff for my book series on Instagram and Facebook, and we have a Fight for Us. My man Lincoln's not here, but M King is a person that I know who loves the book series, and I have a Facebook page called Fight for Us, and I post stuff there all the time. I post art and concept things and chapters and information as well as Instagram too, at the PT channel for sure too. Alex, do you think Morgan and Grace will become a romantic relationship? I do. I think so. I think that Grace is going to help Morgan calm down and think about his future and where they come from, because Grace already changed his mindset a little bit. Like they need to start taking care of themselves as well as others, but you have to take care of themselves because you're no good to anyone unless you take care of yourself as well too. So Xmas Girl 304 Q&A, do you think the tape Althea gave Isabel has switched? I hope that Althea held on to it. I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know if that is the thing that they were going to do, but she didn't check it, So who knows what's on that tape, right? That could be mixed up too. Boyd, do you think Alicia is alive and well, or do you think there's a flashback footage of her from Matthias tapes? I think Alicia's fine. I think Alicia will be okay. She had a decontamination shower, and she'll be okay for sure too. So my book series takes place, and it starts in Tennessee, and it starts where Ryan is away from his wife, Lauren. Joey, my Instagram is at the PT channel, just like it is at, and then the PT channel, one word too. So Ryan is away, and that's where he starts. And I always like, how do you start the zombie apocalypse? Well, Ryan didn't start it. He's not at the initial start. He's somewhere else. The zombie apocalypse started somewhere else that you'll find out in the prequel series too. So I think that is a cool thing. And Ryan's in Tennessee. And I like the start of the book series because I just picture it. I just picture Ryan running and coming across those situations that he does, and then going back and then meeting the guys, and they don't believe him. They don't believe him because, like, if someone came up to you and was like, yeah, I can't believe this happened, that happened. You're like, no way, get out of here, right? And these guys know each other. They're really good friends. They're best friends. They've known each other since they were young. So, like, get out of here, right? Get out of here. I don't know what you're... Yeah, right, man. Get out of here, right? So then Ryan's got to take him there. No, okay, I'll show you. I'm not full of it. Come on, I'll show you. And then there's nothing there. And you're like, what the heck, And then it's like, what do you do? What do you believe? And then you're like, then the question is like, is Ryan hallucinating? Is he believing it? Is he not? Is he gone insane? We're not doing the whole coma thing. We're not doing the whole situation. We're not doing he's in there when it starts there, because been there, done that. It's been on the show, But the story is, Ryan's story of his surroundings on there too. And it's one of those things where he can only do so much around there. It's one of those things that I know that Ryan wants to be there for his friends and family and his, environment, his situation. And Ryan's an orthopedic surgeon, so he's got a medical background and medical training. So he knows how to take care of people. But he doesn't know everything. He's not the doctor. He's not the jack of all trades. And he's got to learn some things. He's got to go back in there too. And he's got to rely on other people. And I've learned a lot of that in my life too, being in my mid-30s, that you have to rely on other people and get help from other people. Before, I was a do-it-myself. I can do it. I don't need help. And now I'm like, okay, you do need help. And in the zombie apocalypse, you need help for sure. And luckily, Ryan, has some friends and some family to take care of, but also help him too. That's a big thing. And it's interesting in The Walking Dead that Rick is looking for his family, and he finds them, and he knows Shane, Carl, and Lori, and that's it. He doesn't know anybody else. So do you trust these people? Can you trust these people? And in fact, you can trust a lot of them. You can't trust all of them, but you can trust a lot of them. And it's cool how it plays out. And I definitely think that's a big factor of it too. So I like the community feel. I like having a community and another community and this group and that group and this community. And it's like, man, it's pretty cool because you can have different areas. And if you ever been to Tampa, Florida, I think Tampa, Florida is a good vacation spot. I think that, man, look at this. Christine and Shane Meek. Hello, One-Eyed Bry and PT channel friends. Even though I'm on vacation in Florida, I had to tune in to watch my favorite YouTuber. Hope you all are having a great weekend. You too, Christine and Shane Meek. In Florida. I'm in Florida. Cool. Where are you at in Florida? It's too hot. It's so hot in Florida right now. Be careful in the water. Be careful of anything. But it's hot everywhere though, right? So, but it's a rewarding tale of the zombie apocalypse through Ryan. Ryan Briggs is his name, is the character's name. And a lot of stuff has worked out, and a lot of stuff has written, and a lot of stuff has evolved and changed over the course of a story. And it's amazing how I am not, a professional writer by any means. I'm a novice, I would say. I'm a beginner, becoming an amateur. And I'm learning the writing, path, how to write, how not to write, how to edit, how to change things, how to have a flowing continuity, and how to do things in there too. So I want to have a story that is exciting, sad, happy, keeps you guessing, and I think that we can do that all in a story. I think every story, whether it's a zombie apocalypse or what, needs to have some comedy in it. And hopefully you laugh in the story, because there are a lot of funny parts, and there's stuff that I laugh at even when I read it. Like I got to edit a little bit more of the last book, and then I'll put it up on there too. But it should be out very, very soon. It's going to be ahead of schedule. It's not going to be October, September at the latest. But I'll definitely let you know, guys, when the book 10 Ghost is out, and I'll go through the book series all one by one to show you what they are. But you can get them on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, paperback and digital versions on there too. And it's at the end of every video. You can see all 9, soon to be 10 books on there too. So, Andrew Lincoln, any more comedy acts? I have some things that are pretty funny that I'm just trying to get material together, and I think that for sure. So, Shaky Channel Reviews. I'm from Scotland, One Eyebrow. Would I be able to get your Fight for Us books in the UK? You definitely can. Amazon UK, they have, you can get the books in a lot of different countries too, for sure. Go on Amazon in Scotland. As long as you get Amazon stuff, you can, because my publisher is a subsidiary of Amazon. So it's through CreateSpace, and they don't print the books until they have an order. So I'm just going to go through the books one by one right now in order. So it's the beginning is my favorite start of the book, because it's the first one. My favorite book is actually my latest book. It's Settlement. But this is Fight for Us Beginning is book 1. And then it goes to Reunited. And that's book 2. So hopefully you can see it all right. And then Refuge is book 3. And I used to write books like super fast, and I used to write, and editing kind of took. Sorry, it's a little low for that, but Refuge, book 3, and then I would write, and I want to get a book out super fast, and Conquered is book 4, and I was all about getting the books out, and editing took a hit for that too, and I had to work on the title in there too. But Conquered is book 4. Agreement is book 5, and I had so much to tell, and I want to write a story, and get to the next point, get to the next thing, and write and go. And I was like writing for days, And then I was like, Keeper is book 6, and I love this picture, because I actually took this picture of the lion and the lioness, and yes, they are in the book series. Book 7 is Weaponized. This is a pain in the butt on Amazon for some reason. I don't know why Weaponized doesn't come up so easily, but you have to type in Fight for Us, like the title, and Weaponize. You have to type this in, and I don't know why it doesn't come up right, but there's an equation on there for a reason, and it's pretty interesting. But yeah, you can get Amazon stuff for any book on Amazon and on there too. And Legacy is a lot. I just going through these books, it's just taking me back to where it's at. But this is book 8 is Legacy, and I designed all the covers, I designed all the backings, and did all the art and everything too. Settlement is the latest book that's out now. It's book 9, and it's one of my favorite books for sure. Settlement is the latest book now. And then Ghosts is book 10. And Fight for Us Ghosts is the 10th book of the series, and picks up shortly after the tragic aftermath that occurred in the 9th book, Fight for Us Settlement. Ryan will be forever changed going forward as he continues to lead his brotherhood and protect his community of Citrus Oaks. And also I put, trying to do a little more art on the back. That's my picture of actually the hurricane that was coming here in this area, and we were driving to safety. And that's Fight for Us Ghosts. That'll be out very, very soon. So thank you. Jane says, Bri, you have to be the busiest person I know. I like to stay busy, sometimes a little too busy, but thank you. I appreciate it there too. So thank you, Shaky Channel Reviews. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. I love when people write thanks, mate. That's definitely a European thing. I love it. On there too. Just because I'm from New Jersey and the States, and we don't really say mate that much, but I love it because that's definitely a European way of greeting, and it's a good way of being, you would probably say like thanks, bro, or thanks, brother, thanks, bro, mate. But Alex Baria, how many books do you think you'll write? That's a great question, and I'm going to end the live stream on that too. I have enough. I actually write everything old school, composition, notebook. I got this and pieces of paper for Fight for Us. Literally, this is my composition notebook that I write stuff in. I think I got stuff for 20 books, plus a prequel series of 3 books. The prequel series is going to be part 1, part 2, and part 3. And then Fight for Us will be, sorry, I don't know if that shared that well. Fight for Us is going to be around 20 books, and then I might spin off of that and do a second series of that too. But right now, it's, I think I got, 10 books will be out. My 10th book, Ghosts, will be out very, very soon, and that's about the midway point of the story right now. But we never knew too. So, Boyd, what will Althea do if she runs out of blank tapes? I don't know. Go hit up Circuit City or Radio Shack and go get some tapes. Who uses tapes anyway? It's like digital. Everything's digital. Memory sticks, memory cards. Come on, man. But yeah, no, I know Althea uses tapes. I'm not saying anything to boys, a joke, but we should use digital media for sure. Xmas Girl. This is how I ended right here. What made you want to start the book series? Did you know how many you wanted to write when you began? My book series was that I wanted to write a zombie apocalypse book story about myself, my friends, my family, and what would we do in a zombie apocalypse. Of course, a fictional tale because my friends and my father, they don't live in Florida. So how would they come down here? How would we meet them? They don't live in North Carolina. But I was like, that's where the story could start. And I was like, what would I do? Well, I have a samurai sword. I have some cats. What would we do there? Would we drive somewhere? Would we go to safety? Would we try to go to a place for safety and security? Or would you hunker down in your house? And what would you do? And I'm like, well, I don't know. What would we do? And I would go to, Sam's Club or something and try to get food. Did we have food in the house? Yes or no? All these questions made me wonder about a zombie apocalypse. And I'm like, how would I do that? And one thing led to another. Well, maybe if Ryan was in Tennessee with his friends, that's where he would be at the start of it. And you're like, okay. And then, well, what about his wife? What about his dad? What about his friends' families? What about his friends? Are they going to get back? Are they going to be able to get back? How are they going to meet up? Are they going to meet up? Would they? What's the plan going forward? So I think it's cool on there too. So thank you guys for joining me this Sunday, July 28th, 2019. I believe Xmas Girl is going down to Sonoy. Have fun. Anybody else, if you're traveling, have fun in Florida there. Christine and Shane Meek, be safe. There's some cases of flesh-eating bacteria in the water and stuff, so be careful, especially in the Destin area. Be careful on there too. So Andrew Lincoln, is each book going to be a TV season, 20 books, 20 seasons? That would be amazing. That's the plan. That would be the plan. I think my book series would transition very well to a zombie apocalypse TV series. Or, Amazon. Hit me up on Amazon, I'd love to do it. So thank you guys for being involved, taking the time to be a part of the channel for this live stream and everything. I'm going to end the live stream right now, guys. So thank you guys. It truly means the world to me. Hopefully you pick up the book series if you can. This month, next month, October, November, December, Christmas time, holiday season, whatever you can. If you can, Pick it up, digital, paperback versions. It's a rewarding story, and I'm very proud of it on there too. So thank you guys for being a part of this live stream and a part of the channel. It truly means a lot to me. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, and as always, have fun and be safe out there. See you guys.